What's up, Vicky? Okay, this is not going to be, we've already done jazz today. This is just going to be a quick little simple thing on blues for beginners and intermediate players. We're going to talk about triads at first. F triad, C triad, G minor, C, F, F sharp diminished. You can walk down in triads if you want. Here we go again, let's do that again. C triad, F, G minor, C, F sharp, walk it down. D minor 7. Let's do that again, same thing. C triad, G minor, F, to A triad, D, G, again A, D, A, D minor, all right, let me check the chat, see if anybody is able to say hello. What's up, T-Man? On the golf course. You're not allowed to do that. You gotta be practicing. Golf course blues, T-Man. All right, so since he's on the golf course blues, you got to focus down on some simple things. So what I'm going to show you now, I'm glad to know the chat's working again. I just did a whole stream where I was doing some triads and unison lines and all kinds of stuff, and nobody was interacting in the chat, so I just shut it down and put it in the member area. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to turn on the track. Let's do a little Pink Panther kind of thing. So I'm just going to do that over and over and see if I can make it work. Maybe triads, flat 6, again. Let me stop this really quickly and checking you guys. Let's see who's in the chat. So we have Vicky and T-Man. So you guys might have missed it that Vance did a blues. He did one of my etudes. There he is right there. There's the man of the hour. So Vance, you played it better than me. You played my etude better than me. And then you put a little triplet in there. So you did it in a ragtime thing. And I might have to upload it later. But let's talk about it. So when you went to this right here, instead of this, which is what we have in the etude, you went. Is that right? You did like a triplet there. And then you did like a yeah, like a boom, da 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 dum. Yeah, very nice, very good. So same notes, different rhythm. I like what you did better than what I did. And yours was a lot cleaner than mine. Okay, so you can put a triplet there. And then at the end you did, da, 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 da. Yeah, kind of a ragtime kind of feel, but da 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 da, as opposed to da 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 da, something like that. But very nice job, Vance. You had some nice little ragtime things going there. Awesome. So that's a good thing to practice, that little triplet there. All right. So Vance, I did what you said where I changed all the chat settings. Is that supposed to make it easier for people to say hello in the chat? I need to know that because I just did a 30-minute stream and only one person said hello in the chat, and that was at the very beginning. All right, let me turn on the track again. I'll kind of show you a couple of things I was doing. I did put this video in the member area on YouTube, and it's full of unison lines and just this idea like this. It will allow for comments. Okay. Yeah, you have to check to make sure if it's working. I mean, I see it's working now. Let's see if you can comment. Yeah. Even right. Yeah, it says the comments are off. I don't get it. I've been turning them on. Let's see. Comments may be turned off. The owner selected disable. I didn't do that. It's not made for kids. You or your administrator have turned on restricted mode. Let's see. Well, we'll have to come back to it, figure out what's going on. Yeah, keep investigating. That's good. Now, let me go back to the video. And so what I'm showing you guys now is this idea of unison practice. It's not a bad idea. And even going triads, I'm thinking the harmony, right? Now G minor, and then diminished. All right, let me stop that really quickly and check on you guys. Let's see what Vicky says in the chat. Vicky said that's an awesome way to practice. Yeah, that's a fun way to practice. And if you're enjoying this, make sure you like the video, even if you can't comment on it. I wish I could figure this out, though. That would be nice. Live chat. join the conversation, and you guys can't click on it. Open the panel. Oh well, we still have the chat group. All right, so let me turn back on the track again and show you that a couple of things you'll start thinking about. Like your blues scale is the first thing you can get to think about improvisation with both hands. Like get that under your fingers. Now minor third to major third. And notice how I'm doing triads and following the harmony. And then D minor. So a couple of things that you probably heard me do is there was a spot there where I really wanted to get this down where I was going. And in order to get that fingering right there, da 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 da. Yeah, the comments stay there, of course. Yeah, live chat. Yeah, so that we're good there. It's comments that are turned off. I don't understand. Maybe your comments are turned off during the live stream, and then people can comment. What do you think about that? Okay, now let's do some right hand arpeggiation. So we've been working on this idea of both hands at the same time. So you see, sometimes I might want to do the triads or the seventh chords, right? You're building up muscle memory when you do that, and fingering habits, right? Again. Here we go. That was bad. Just practicing the blues scale. Different rhythms. So that would be a little fun little teaching moment here. Sometimes when you're practicing your ideas, you can just go over and over one idea. Even don't even worry about the harmony if it's the wrong harmony, because you're just practicing getting one thing down. And what I keep missing right here is this, getting to that third. I'm not playing that super clean. So I'm just kind of looping that. Now I used to play that a little bit different. I might have gone might have gone a little different fingering. So I might have changed that. That seems more secure though. Then there are live streamers who talk on their commenter. People and comments say if the stream is over. Commenter people comments after the stream is over. Yeah, that's good to know. Let's keep investigating that today. But here's what you might have noticed when I was playing a line or just practicing ideas, and then I kind of went somewhere, and then I did this where I said, all right, let's go to two hand. When I got to that 2-5, so you want a nice little mix between doing two hand and one hand, right? Or like right hand improv. You could just for days be really simple. Working on that lick. Now right here. Check on you guys and see how it's going here. The live streamers. Yeah, we already said that. Yeah, I wish I knew the answer. I'm glad that you're checking on it though, Vance. That's really cool. Okay, so that's a couple different ways to practicing your unison ideas. I do have a lot of etudes that I've done before that are really, really cool for both hands at the same time and getting that finger independence, or not finger independence, but being able to play unison lines. That's a really fun thing to do. Okay, hold on a second. It seems like the comments are only off for member videos, which makes some sense. Okay. All right, let me give you one more idea, one more tip. And that is this. Yeah, so we're not getting any. Notice that everybody in this chat is just they're a YouTube member, right? And so I don't know what's not happening. I mean, I can easily switch over to the membership area. I'm going to give it like another 2 minutes, and then I'll just switch it over if we don't hear from anyone. So here's one other little tip here, is that blues licks. It's a great thing to do, like Oscar Peterson style, all kinds of fun things, and you just kind of wear them out. And even Vance's favorite lick, get those into your playing, and even the C6 lick. There's so many different little things you could do, and practicing those intervals that we've been working on. Those are really good as well. And sometimes I just like to do the same thing, like same blues licks. You're in the key of C, and just like go. Play it in different rhythms, right? Another one we could do is we could do like a little tritone. All right, let's go over these intervals coming down. Some different options is you can go root, flat 7/6, flat 6, and then your blues scale. Another thing you can do is do I See a Pattern Blues, which is the blues scale coming down in 1. All right, and there's so many blues licks we can do. We can do blues volume 1, you can do these, you can do this, you can do this, You can do Oscar Peterson. You can do Oscar Peterson. You can do Oscar Peterson. All right. That's funny. Wait, hold on a second. The F sharp. Oh, you like that one? You talking about this one right here? This one? Or are you talking about this? Yeah, so this. The lick that starts on. Yeah, there. Or you could do it like this. I have those kinds as well. Yeah, so that little lick is actually a song. I turned that one into a song that goes on. It's all written out. The more I play, I see a pattern, a pattern. I see the blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. The more I play, I see a pattern, the pattern. I see a blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. The blues scale starting on C. Come learn this pattern with me. I see the blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. Something like that. Why do all my songs have silly words to them? That's for sure. But hey, it works. In fact, that's a great little etude for my beginners out there. You get the blues scale, but just shifting it by an and makes a nice difference. I see the blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. The more I play, I see a pattern. I see the blues scale and I know that it's just what I need. The blues scale starting on C. Come learn the pattern with me. Each time I play I know that it is just what I need. Each time I see a pattern, a pattern. I see the blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. I see a pattern. The more I play, I see the blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. The blues scale starting on C. Come learn the pattern with me. The more I play, I see the blues scale. I play, I see a pattern, a pattern. I see the blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. The more I play, I see a pattern, a pattern. I see the blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. The blues scale starting on C. Come learn the pattern with me. The more what's the last line? I see a blues scale and I know that's just what I need. I think I got it now. It's gonna drive me crazy. 2 and 3 and 4. The more I play, I see a pattern, a pattern. I see the blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. The more I play, I see a pattern, a pattern. I see the blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. Come learn the pattern with me. Blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. The more I play, I see a pattern, a pattern. I see the blues scale and I don't even know it. I get it confused. The more I play, I see a pattern, a pattern. The more I play, I see a pattern, a pattern. I see the blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. The more I play, I see a pattern, a pattern. I see the blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. The blues scale starting on C. Come learn the pattern with me. I see the blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. here's Vance's way to do it, which is better than mine. Instead of this, Vance did this. I think my fingers are too weak to do that, Vance, because of my shoulder. All right, let me say hello to you guys. How's everybody doing? Yeah, it's a fun one. And what's great about a little song like that is you can put it in any key, and you should, like this idea of coming down the blues scale coming. Right? Yeah, it's a trill. It's a trill to do that. What's up, Jeffrey? Most consistent man at iMusicAcademy. Is that your timing on that, Vance? Do I have that right? The trill is gone. I knew Jeffrey was going to come through. Nice job. Nice job, Jeffrey. I rushed into the D at the end of the run. Rushed into the D. I rushed in. Yeah, I'll have to go back and listen to it again. All right, hey, let's talk about, since I have a really good group on, we have 5 people who have liked this video. That's pretty sad. Here's what I want to show you. It doesn't matter the instrument you're on. I love thinking about some triads, some connections. Like if you're doing solo piano, we've already done unison lines, things like that. But like if I'm going through the changes, I want to spend a little time with my triads and thinking some harmony. Even this idea of like approaching some half steps. So even in slow motion, another thing to practice, if I go thinking triad, you hear how I'm just doing chord tones, and watch this half step. There's my flat 9. You notice how all my chord tones are lining up because I'm thinking like a composer. G minor. 3rd of F. How about diminish? All those still work. Everybody cool with that? We did a whole lot today on unison playing. It's just a fun way to practice. To go be thinking about blues scale is one way to build up some muscle memory there so that you can feel comfortable with your blues scales and things. In theory, you can. Right? But then I can go triads and can make my connections. G minor, F, F sharp diminished now. And the way you're going to get comfortable with all that is like learning those blues scales and then just kind of thinking like I'm doing triad. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, put got it in the chat. Oh. Awesome. Very good. All right. I've been streaming for 40 minutes and I was 30 minutes a few minutes ago when there was nobody in the chat, and we're about to wrap this up. But what questions do you have regarding practice? I'll leave it up for another minute. And I'm really hoping that somebody, in addition to all of our members and faithful members commenting in the chat, I'm hoping somebody else will ask a question as well. My hope is to help you guys with some of this stuff. Man, I did so much teaching today. It's been a lot of fun doing all these really cool, fancy chord voicings I did chord shortcuts today. Some of y'all saw that, and that was really cool of getting these down right here. Thinking about chord shortcuts. Lots of cool little things here. Now's your chance. Whatever you want to ask about practicing. You got like a minute to a minute and a half. That's funny. Thank you, Vance. Yeah, you didn't even know. You didn't even know if you should click on it. You thought it might be a virus or something. All right, they have about 45 seconds to ask any kind of question on practicing, and I would love to teach somebody a thing or two. If I don't know the answer, I'll find somebody that does, like Vance. All right, 30 seconds. Ask away. What question can I help you with? We have 5 people watching. Last chance. Hold on a second. You're going to write some lyrics and eat a hamburger. All right, very good. Can you write some lyrics about eating the hamburger? Cheeseburger. Write me a song about cheeseburger. You can put it in your musical, Vance. For those of y'all who don't know, Vance is writing a musical. It looks like McDonald's to me. I did a really ridiculous 6 or 7 second song, speaking of writing songs, and I'll put it up on the YouTube channel. It's very stupid, and it's about 7 seconds long. I'll put it right when we get off this live. All right, guys. Make it a YouTube short. Yeah, this is a very dumb one. So you guys are going to have to, just for the sake of feeling sorry for me, I'll put the short up in just a minute. You have to like it just because you feel sorry for me. All right, guys. See you in the next video. It's fun hanging out. Give a shout out to Dad, who is on the golf course and chimed in, Vicky, Vance, as well as Jeffrey. You guys are awesome. I can always count on you guys. See you in the next video. Have fun eating your sandwich.